家好，欢迎收看我们的健康是福。对中老年朋友们来说，心脑血管问题可是健康的一大威胁，在饮食上也需要特别的注意。小球藻因为富含对人体有益的多种维生素、矿物质等，也成为一些中老年朋友们首选的健康食品。这一期我们就有请专家们和我们分享一下小球藻与心脑血管健康的话题。
Once you start consuming bad foods, you go on this roller coaster ride. And that roller coaster ride is no fun. You feel down, you have more, it gets you a nice little high again, now you're on a roller coaster ride. And that roller coaster is extremely dangerous and damaging to the system. When you're consuming, once you start adding whole foods and good foods back in the diet, good fats, your vitamins and minerals, a chlorella back into the system, now this roller coaster starts to ease up a bit and you're not having such big high levels and low levels, and it's more evening out. What does that do to the brain? The brain is 70% fat, so we need to get good fats in the body, whole foods in the body, and that starts changing. We start seeing changes in attitude. I feel a little better. Wonder what's causing this. Maybe it's because I've added some good foods to the diet and good fats, stopped the sugars. I'm feeling a little more energetic. I'm able to be more active. Guess what? I'm sleeping a little better. Instead of getting up 3 times a night, maybe I'm only getting up 1 time a night. I get a better night's sleep. You wake up in the morning and I feel energetic. Instead of pull me out of bed, get me going, get me the cup of coffee to get me going. I don't need so much of that anymore. So they're saying that this type of, once we start the change mentally and emotionally, things change. Doesn't that not set up a better attitude in everything we do? Of course it will. B12 is powerful, and that is found in a whole food in chlorella, and magnesium. And so these are nutrients that are powerful for the cardiovascular system. The B12, the magnesium, manganese, they are needed for the health of the heart. But the fatty acids found in chlorella also are powerful for the heart too. The heart needs good fats and good oils. The B vitamins are definitely needed, and that's what's found in the B12. Is found in the chlorella, the B1, B2, and the extra magnesium and the other minerals that we mentioned before are just supportive for that heart muscle. The heart's a muscle. Give the muscle what it needs. It needs the things for energy for the heart, our oxygenation. It needs the minerals. It needs protein to help strengthen it, like you build any other muscle in the body. You give proteins, amino acids. You give the chlorella growth factor. You give the B12. It's like every other heart, high in oxygenation that needs it to help in the growth process. And when there's a cardiovascular issue, isn't there stress going on? There's high stress going on. So we need to supply the body with these whole food nutrients to help calm that stress, calming everything down, so we don't have this anxiety going on in the muscles.
对一些朋友来说，糖和碳水化合物对您心脑血管健康所造成危害的严重程度，您可能还不清楚。我们这一期就有请专家们和我们聊一聊这个话题。
Some of the issues with cardiovascular disease is the carotid arteries, is the plaque that builds up, is imbalances of the fats, the cholesterol, the low density lipids, the high density lipids. They're the imbalances that occur because of the poor diet. Too much of the processed foods, too much sugar, and the high triglycerides, basically a result of too much sugar and carbs. That's what I can see changes in chemistries in patients cardiovascular wise when they make a change in the diet, getting off of the sugars and carbs, because it sets up all carbs and sugars sets up an inflammatory process in the arteries. And the inflammatory process sets up reactions of enzymes that occur, bad enzymes that occur, that sets up inflammation in the arteries. It all goes back to the carbs and sugar. It's like rubbing sandpaper on the inside of your artery walls, and there's inflammatory process that occurs. And so the body has to go to work to heal that. And so that healing process will occur, which is a natural healing process, which it consists of cholesterol, proteins, calcium, that helps to heal that injured area on the inside of the wall of the arteries. And that's what starts the process of plaque formation. It all goes back to the root issues. We can control certain fats, cholesterol in the system, but why not go back to the root cause of it? The root cause is the diet, is the high carbs and sugar that are setting this whole inflammatory process plus stress. So when we consume the high fats, the high sugars and carbs, that also causes stress on the body because the body requires higher levels of nutrients, magnesium, calcium, B complex, B vitamins, enzymes to help in that stress function that the carbs and sugar have set up. When we consume too much carbs and sugar, which is a crisis in the world, we have a crisis going on. Carbs and sugar is a crisis. Fructose is a toxin to the body. It sets up an inflammatory process. So all this requires nutrients. All this requires B vitamins and nutrients to help in the processing of this. So the more we're consuming, aren't we going to end up in a deficiency at some time down the road when we're consuming all this? Of course we are. So we're going to have a deficiency, and now the body's going to start taking from the reserves. It's going to go into crisis mode, and now the body's in a stress conditions, which sets up also a domino effect in hormones are affected. Neurotransmitters are affected. Everything is affected when the body's in a stress mode. All the minerals are, not just one mineral, but magnesium is critical, calcium is critical, manganese, selenium is a powerful antioxidant in helping to protect the cells from damage. Chromium and vanadium are two minerals, and they are effective for processing of sugars. And so when we're consuming the high sugar and the carbs, all those nutrients are in a stress mode because they have to go in and help process this. And you're going to end up in a deficiency mode. Sun chlorella has the minerals that are effective for what the body needs. It has magnesium, it has the zinc, chromium, vanadium, it has the minerals in it because it's a whole food. A whole food will have that in it. That's where we need to supply the body with a nutrient like sun chlorella in a whole food form because this crisis has to stop. Plus, one other big issue is as we supply foods like sun chlorella, we're going to help cut our cravings for the sugars. Our cravings for sugars are there because of lack of and deficiencies of these minerals and whole foods. That's why as we add chlorella to the food program, our cravings of the bad foods, in most cases, I see this all the time. I see their cravings start to diminish for the bad foods because I'm now supplying the body for what it needs.
もう45年ぐらいあります。私現在85ですんで、40歳ぐらいから飲み始めてます。私の体験でね、こういうことがあって、こういうことでね、今ね、少しでも長生きできるようなね、状況にあると。
飲み始めて40年にはなります。私も70になってまた仕事も持っておりますんで続けられてるしということで、周りの人が私を見て驚異的お化けみたいというふうなことを言ってますんでね、今のところ体に異常がないというか、健康であるということが クロレラのおかげかなというふうに感謝しています。
下面是我们的小球藻厨房时间，我们一起去看一看这一期有什么小球藻美食。